Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV with the Rude Man, and we need to talk to Alphanon and get this new questline started. No time like the present. The persistent attacks on our caravans seemed little more than a nuisance at first. The heretics were a problem, to be sure, but a relatively minor one. That was before I discerned the purpose behind their attacks, of course. Now, they have my undivided attention. After apprising Minfilia of the situation, I shall summon a unit of Crystal Braves to assist us. As for you, Roland, pray join me in the White Brim front. Since the incident at Snowcloak, the Knights of House Durandier have redoubled their reconnaissance efforts in the region. It is my hope that they have information which may help us to determine precisely where the heretics are hiding. Given our mutual enemy, Lord Drillmont should be eager to oblige us. I shall see you there then. Good? The Scions of the Seventh Dawn wish to join in on the hunt for Iceheart. Your assistance is more than welcome, my friends. Considering the report I just received, I dare say your timing could be no better. We are all ears, Lord Drillmont. Well, they kind of are, aren't they? A band of pilgrims was seen transporting a large number of crates to the west. Their garb appears to match the description provided by the squire who survived the attack. Alas, our scouts lost track of them at Snowcloak. That selfsame frozen wall, which we speculated might conceal the heretics' hideaway. Suffice it to say, the disappearance of these pilgrims and their provisions all but confirms our suspicions. I have heard enough. My knights will join the hunt. I took the liberty of summoning a unit of Crystal Braves to White Brim front. Given the gravity of the situation, I trust you will agree that we must use every resource available to us. These are extraordinary circumstances, Commander. 'Twould be in our best interest to cooperate our efforts. Such was my intent from the start, Sir Emmerich. And so it begins, my friend, though I dare say it will prove an all too brief collaboration. Iceheart will not elude the combined forces of the Crystal Braves and the Temple Knights for long. Nevertheless, a wise man does not wager all upon the success of a single solution. There may be yet a subtler means by which we can locate the heretic's lair. Mayhap Lord Drillmont has one in mind. Yes, excellent. My lady, everything has been accounted for. If there is aught else you would have us to do, pray speak, and it shall be done. It seems as though we're always one step behind, our quarry ever just beyond our reach. Though I would like to believe that the tables are about to turn, I must confess to having certain doubts. A joint effort may succeed where others have failed, but it could yet yield the self-same result. Fortunately, we're not without our options. I trust you haven't forgotten Inquisitor Guillem. We have not. The mystery of how the heretic remained undiscovered for so long has been much in our thoughts, as has the question of what steps might be taken to prevent similar breach of security in future. Accordingly, we conducted an exhaustive and covert evaluation of everyone in White Brim Front. Though some were found to have committed certain minor transgressions, we identified only one possible heretic. If this man has pledged himself to Iceheart's cause, we will have taken note of the movements of the Temple Knights and the Crystal Braves, and upon recognizing their intent, he may attempt to warn the heretics. The man's watch is to end soon, at which point we must report to Sir Jantermont in the yard. I would have you keep an eye on him. If he ventures beyond the walls, follow him discreetly. Should he meet with a heretic, do not interfere. Simply watch and listen. I have seen to it that the suspect knows nothing of which could endanger our plans. We get to be a spy. God, living in these towers, wouldn't you be dizzy by the end of the day? Round and round in circles. Alrighty, who are we looking for here? This way? There he is. Is that our man? Obviously, we're watching him. Alright, so he went out this gate here, I believe. Where's my Kokobo at? Okay. Alright. I don't have my carbuncle out, but I'm not supposed to engage him. I'm just supposed to follow him. Alright, which way? There. And just pretend that he can't see my Kokobo. Don't you think these leather clothes, these thin leather clothes, would be colder than hell? I don't know why our man just keeps stopping. I guess we're supposed to think he's actually looking around, make sure he's not being followed, but he's not doing a very good job, is he? And I'm not doing a very good job following him either. I mean, I'm not covert at all. I'm stopping out in the open. I'm not hiding behind trees or rocks. It's all so silly. But hey, we'll go with it. It's part of the story. All right, there he is. Let's see who he's meeting with. Hey, hey, where in the seven hells are you? I'm freezing my bullocks off here. I'm here, you blundering oaf. Why are you late? I was standing on the wall. Why else? I have duties to fulfill, you know. Your sole duty is to the... Bloody echo. Lower your voice or they'll hear us in the white brim front. Yes, of course. The temple knights are in Snowcloak. This is what you bring to me? We already knew about Mumble Mumble. Our comrades in Boulder Downs will use the tunnels. Dead before they know what's happening. Nevertheless, if you waste my time again, is that clear? Well, I guess the important part is we know who the traitor is now. Although we couldn't really hear what he was saying. At least we know who he is. And that he is indeed a traitor. Alright, good news. You picked the right guy. Well, did your investigation bear fruit? Yeah, pears and peaches. My favorite. I see. I shall have the man detained at once. His guilt is plain. Would that you could have heard their words more clearly. Yet, the few snatches you were able to make out are nonetheless enlightening. It would seem the heretics are aware of our operation and confident that they can thwart it. Their comrades in Boulder Downs are key to their plans, which means it is to our plans that they have been rooted out and put to the sword. Well, we've long suspected that the heretics use a network of secret tunnels to traverse the highlands undetected. Given what you've overheard, I fear that Snowcloak may be riddled with such passages, and that the heretics in Boulder Downs are planning to use them to take our forces unaware. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to happen. A contingent of House Durandare knights are on patrol in the area, and I shall order them to begin searching for the heretics at once. But knowing nothing of our enemy's numbers of readiness, I cannot say for sure that they will be sufficient. It would put my mind at ease if you would consent to assist my knights with the search. I know that they would take courage from the presence of so storied a warrior. Pray rendezvous with them at Boulder Downs. If Harloni is kind, we may catch these heretics before their plans come to fruition. Show them no mercy, Roland. The lives of our allies are at stake. All right, we go meet with the knights. Better get my Kokobo out, or my carbuncle out. Alright, evidently we've got some parchments to take back to Drillmont. I wouldn't think it'd be too bright to put their plans to paper, but maybe they did. I don't know what these documents are. I guess we'll find out. My knights sent no word of your coming, Roland. What has happened? What is that in your hand? By the Fury, those were veterans with your years of service. And now they lie dead in the snow. Their bodies must be recovered and... No, we have not the men to spare. Not now. Not while Iceheart prepares to summon an abomination. The heretics you dispatched were not of the sufficient number to contend with the combined strength of the Temple Knights and the Crystal Braves. There must be others, and I'll wager they are on their way to Snowcloak as we speak. To make matters worse, it seems the traitor you followed managed to pass the heretics something of value after all. The parchment you recovered is a timetable of the guardsman's watch at our outpost in Snowcloak. The traitor was stationed there long before he aroused our suspicions. Would that we had caught him sooner. With this information, the heretics would know when the watch was weakest. They could use their tunnels with impunity and prepare their ambush. The timetable has not changed, you see. Of course, it will be changed now, but the heretics may already be in position. Our house must send reinforcements, even if it means withdrawing knights from the stone vigil. I can see no other way to safeguard the lives of our allies. Time is of the essence, Roland. While my knights make ready to depart, the heretics may take our allies in Snowcloak unaware. Superior training and equipment will avail them not if they are cut down ere their swords are drawn. But all is not lost yet. If you leave now, there may still be time to warn them. Make haste, I beseech you. Fly to Snowcloak and tell Sir Emmerich everything we have discovered. I was watching a documentary on The Wizard of Oz this morning. Why, I don't know. I grew up with it. Anyway, now every time I take off with one of my mounts, I get in my mind it's going da 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 da. Roland, this is a welcome surprise, perhaps the only one this far. As you can see, we have yet to uncover any hidden... You have my gratitude. Truth be told, we suspected the heretics might be plotting such an attack. Now that we have confirmation, I shall place my knights on high alert. Has Commander Levalier been informed? The Braves must be made aware. Alright, well, does that mean I have to talk to Alphen Ott? It must be here. I'm certain of it. Why else would they go to such lengths to defend Snowcloak? 'Tis but a pity this discovery comes when our enemy has us at such a disadvantage. Forewarned though we may be, the heretics now know the terrain far better than we. I dare not think how many are watching us at this very moment. Confound it. This is all wrong. Iceheart has us scrambling to save our own skins when we should rightly be straining every sinew to find her and stop this damnable summoning. There she is! Come here, girl. It's Ida! That was close. They didn't hurt you, did they? Only my pride, Ida. There will be others nearby. We must see that they are given a similarly warm welcome. Commander. There's been a development, sir. Together with the Temple Knights, we have secured the entrances to some half-dozen tunnels after spotting the enemy breaking the surface. But that's not all. We think that one of them may be important. Certainly the heretics near flung themselves upon our swords to defend it. Aha! Just as I suspected, amongst the warren of tunnels lies the entrance to Iceheart's lair. Summon the others. We're going in. One moment, Alphanod. The tunnel in question is barely wide enough for 2 men abreast. We cannot say with any certainty where it leads, much less what is waiting for us there. Furthermore, we have no way of knowing how many heretics are still lurking here on the surface. What if they were to converge on this point after we entered the tunnel? For all we know, we could be funneling our forces into a trap. I take your point. If the tunnel is indeed as narrow as you say, greater numbers would be more hindrance than a help. Should we encounter difficulty, our own allies would become an obstacle to escape. Looks like we're going in alone. A change of plans. While we rendezvous with Sir Emmerich and keep the heretics at bay here, you will go wherever that tunnel leads. If you find Iceheart at the end of it, do not let her escape. Who made you the boss anyway? You venture into the unknown, so see that you are prepared for anything. I suggest you call upon your allies, though not too many or Papilloma will sulk. Yeah, right. It's Papillimo. All right, we got to talk to this guy. The entrance to the tunnel, sir. Well, it's just over here. Had we not seen the heretics breaking the surface, we would never have noticed it. Per Sir Emmerich's orders, we will stand guard outside. Please be aware that even should you encounter significant resistance, we cannot leave our post. So I'm on my own, is that what you're saying? All right, it looks like a battle, so I'm going to wait for a group, and I will see you when we're done.
The tales do not do you justice, warrior of light. Yes, I know who you are, and you know who I am. I was given the name Izel, but I earned the name Iceheart. This endless cycle of hatred, of bloodshed, of sorrow. You would see it continue, O noble warrior. I would not. I will not. I will bring an end to this war between dragon and man. No. In time, you will come to understand that what we do for the greater good. For Eorzea, for Hydaelyn.
Well, that was fun. Alphanod. That took longer than I expected. What news? So, Iceheart is but a pseudonym. Not that it matters. That she managed to escape is regrettable, but from your description of that beast, you did well to come out as close as you did. In any case, now that you have cleared a path, the Temple Knights can begin to survey the tunnels in earnest. Mayhap they will even find a route past the ice wall. Wouldn't that do wonders for the fight against the heretics? The Crystal Braves would certainly share the credit for it too. 12 be praised, Roland. We may yet turn this situation to our advantage. What did they do? Just stand out here and wait for me? Assuming that we stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva, of course. Needless to say, our fellow Scions have not been idle. Minfilia and Urianger have been busy pursuing the archives of House Fortemps, gathering what information that they can on Shiva. Which reminds me, if you were intending to trudge back to Camp Dragonhead to report on the day's events, don't. The Antecedent should be here any minute. I can only assume some people enjoy subjecting themselves to this cold. Ugh. Well, at least she put warm clothes on. Antecedent, you come to us straight from the archives of House Fortemps. I hope your time there proved fruitful. Would that it had. Urianger and I scoured countless texts, but what we found was of questionable veracity. Accounts of Shiva's life and deeds are sparse and contradictory, only agreeing upon one point. She laid down with a dragon, the gravest of all sins according to the Isgardian faith. Yet, in the eyes of Iceheart's followers, this was a holy act, the blessed union of man and dragon. How such a thing could even be possible is quite another question. Suffice it to say, I very much doubt that we will find a useful answer in the archives of House Fortemps. Much knowledge has been lost over the centuries, though in this case one wonders if it is by circumstance or design. You said that Iceheart took a moment to plead her case prior to escaping, did you not? Viewed without prejudice, most would agree that bringing an end to an endless war serves the greater good. I think Sir Emmerich might take issue with their methods. I don't care if a few stragglers manage to escape. Until the sappers confirm that a tunnel is safe, the men are not to search it. Yes, Lord. Yeah, I know what he's going to say. We're stupid, we'll do it. You pursue your foes with less zeal than I had expected, Sir Emmerich. Lest you misunderstand, I do not deny that our enemy has given us good reason to be prudent. I merely meant, you being a man of faith, that I had expected a certain single-mindedness. After all, was it not by the will of Haloni that your ancestors came to this land? Why they took up arms against the Dravorians? What would they have done in your position, I wonder? There are those who believe that faith is a renunciation of free will, that unquestioning devotion is required of all who would live a life in service to the Fury. Such righteous fervor may well serve a knight on the front line, less so a leader of men. We are all at liberty to interpret the scripts as we will. I choose to believe that the Fury would have value the lives of her followers over the deaths of her enemies. But I would not prefer to speak for the knights of Eld. 'Twas a different time, nay, a different era, and Scripture tells us only so much. Would that it told us more. That man is awfully pragmatic for a servant of the Holy See. A welcome trait at the negotiating table, to be sure. Less so when one's enemies are making ready to harness the power of a god. Mayhap he does not truly believe that Iceheart's plan can succeed. Truth be told, I too remain somewhat skeptical. Shiva was real, a living, breathing woman. Of that there can be no doubt. In this respect, she differs from every other figure to have been summoned, each of whom was worshipped as a god, the sole exception being good Knight Moogle. The myth made manifest in response to the servant's suggestions of the Moogle's Guard. Saint Shiva may differ, but what of the heretics? They are a tribe of outcasts at war with the mighty nation, who yearn for the resurrection of the one who embodies their beliefs. If that is not placing one's faith in a higher power, what is? Crystals and conviction. They have been both in abundance. Can that truly be all that is required? My survey team has concluded a preliminary analysis of the Aetheryte Iceheart used to escape. They believe that she teleported to another Aetheryte somewhere not far to the west. Despite the apparent proximity of this second Aetheryte, however, they have been wholly unable to detect its presence directly, unless Iceheart has some means to mask its signal. I can only presume that she had it destroyed to prevent us from following her. Without the means to teleport as she did, we have no choice but to search for the alternate route, most likely a tunnel, assuming one exists. Let us not give up on teleportation just yet. One of our colleagues may be able to assist us. I pray that you are right. I dare not think how long it will take us to survey the entire tunnel system. While Minfilia looks into our Aetheryte problem, I would like to request your assistance with another matter. The 3rd unit is currently tracking the remnants of the heretic force which attacked us. However, the search goes poorly, despite our numbers. Korthius is vast, and Iceheart's followers know the terrain far better than we. Your knowledge of this region may serve to hasten the process. The sooner we capture Iceheart's followers, the sooner we can press them for their leader's whereabouts. Also, though it is admittedly a selfish request, I feel that my braves would benefit immensely from working alongside you. While we have our share of veterans, We also have more than a few less experienced recruits, many of whom look up to you, in case you were not aware. Good. I knew you'd understand. Yu Hayes can apprise you of the details. Captain Ilbard and I are meeting there to discuss the latest developments in his investigation. The Temple Knights shall hold Snowcloak in our absence. Let us leave them to their work. Ours is more pressing. There you are, Roland. Commander Levelier instructed me to wait for you. Your assistance is most welcome, believe me. Most of the Third hail from Ul'dah, and for a man accustomed to the feel of sand beneath his boots, the crunch of snow can be rather disconcerting. But to the matter at hand, nary a moment ago, I received word that the heretics we seek have been spotted making for Danafin Pass. My braves are already in pursuit, and I shall be grateful if you would join them. I myself shall be taking part in the hunt. Never let it be said that I do not earn my own coin. All right, we're going to take a rest right here, and we'll continue on when we come back in the next episode. I hope you had fun, and I hope to see you there. Ta-ta for now.